Hi, welcome back to EducateTube.com. My name is Sipsky, your host. Today I'll be talking about smartwatch. Last time I showed you the 4 types of watch, the smartwatches, and you can check the upper right hand corner or the bottom link. Okay, now today I'll be talking about the use of smartwatch, like how you incorporate that in your life. Actually, I've been using this smartwatch for a month now, and I'll show you the pros and cons and what I've learned from the use of smartwatch. Now you notice I'm wearing 2 watches. One is the analog classic watch. This is Seiko. The Seiko watch I've been wearing for over 10 years. This is the same watch. Now there's no way after wearing the smartwatch, this one, I'm ever going to change my habit unless of course they improve the battery on the smartwatch. Now I wear both because they have their own use. So let's talk about the regular analog watch. Now there's no way smartwatches will ever convince me to change to the smartwatch, right? The analog watch will always be on my wrist. The reason for that is because it's very durable. I wear it 24/7 in the shower, swimming in the swimming pool, right? It can withstand pressure and water. So washing dishes, for example, never have to worry about taking it off. Okay, and it's made of sapphire glass. So if you check closely, you'll not see any scratches on my Seiko watch. Pretty good. Okay, so it's it just tell time. That's all it does. But the thing is, it does what it does really well. And the one most important thing, of course, it is the battery life. I mean, I don't need to change the battery in the next 2 years. So every 2 to 3 years, I may change the battery. In fact, there's some battery I can put in here that lasts me for 10 years, right? So no need to change the battery for 2 years. Versus this smartwatch that I'm wearing right now. Now both of them are quite cool. The smartwatch, I mean, I still need to wear them because the fact that it's very practical. Right? Now the way I watch it looks pretty stylish, so it doesn't look like I'm wearing 2 watches. One, actually I flipped it over and it looks pretty cool. Okay, so turn it on. Okay, now the one bad thing about smartwatch, of course, is the battery life. This Samsung Gear One, the first version of the smartwatch of Samsung, has a battery life less than a day. Now I was able to mod it or change its software and made it last for almost 3 days. Okay, and how I did that, I'll show you in the attached videos, right, on how I did that. But generally, this smartwatch is now able to last for almost 3 days or over 50 hours. And the reason for that, of course, is because I turn off the gesture feature. In other words, you inflict your wrist, it will turn on. I took that off. Right, I changed the Samsung's software interface because the Samsung Gear One is actually an Android 4.2. So I changed it so that it becomes Android 4.2, and so I'm able to control how the screen is turned on and turned off like that. And if you check, most of the smartwatches, it is the screen that takes a lot of the battery, right? Having this colorful screen. So I changed it back to Android 4.2, and then I was able to control the gesture movement. I was able to change when the screen can be turned on and how long. I can change, for example, by manual press off button to turn on the watch, which is very important. I was able to instantly turn off the Bluetooth if I need to. For example, during the night, I don't want to take this off. I'm just wearing it when I'm sleeping. I can just turn off the Bluetooth. What else? Yeah, that's about. And then of course I can change you different type of screen, right? Any way I want it, right? Adding more color, adding more brightness, so on. Okay, if I'm doing that, I was able to extend the battery life to at least 3 times. All right, now let's go into detail on the actual watch itself and see what we can learn from it. Okay, so here is a smartwatch, the Samsung Gear One. I modded to Android 4.2, so I changed the user interface. Originally, Samsung Gear One was actually Android 4.2, and it has its own user interface. So it looked like it's not Android 4.2, but in fact it is. And I was able to change it back. Now you can check the bottom link on different people that I visited on the website and YouTube videos and showing how to mod this. Okay, you can check the bottom link. But for now, I'm going to talk about the interface of this Android 4.2 on a Samsung Gear 1. As you can see, it looks pretty cool. The reason I like about the Android 4.2 on the Samsung Gear 1 smartwatch, and the app, by the way, this is the only smartwatch produced by Samsung that is actually have Android 4.2. Not Android Wear, but Android 4.2, the full-blown Android. Now the cool thing about this is you pretty much can put any application you want on this watch. Now I wouldn't recommend it, of course, because of the screen is being so tiny. It's less than 1.6 inch screen. So there's only certain thing that you need to put in here. For example, I was able to put the stopwatch, right? Timer, right? And of course I have the Bibles in here. Look at that. Okay, that's pretty cool. I could do that if I wanted to. And I have it there. It just takes time to load it up, but see, now it's loading up. This is actually YouVersion Bible. Okay, so I can read Bible verses on a go. There we go. Okay, so you can see, there we go. Pretty cool. Now, mind you, the font is kind of small. Now you can adjust the font if you want. Make it bigger if you want. I make it 34 or make it 29. Doesn't really matter. You can see that. Okay, so it's pretty cool. Now I'll set back to 22. There we go. Okay, so that's the kind of software you can get. I mean, you can get so many type of software in here. You can even have what do you call it? The Google Translate in here as well. And of course, you have to turn on your Bluetooth and connect to a Bluetooth tethering internet, right? So that's what you need to do. Okay, so dialer, okay, the regular dialer, Samsung voice, okay, so I could do that. Okay, so if I turn on my my Wi-Fi on my smartphone, I could control my Samsung Gear 1 with my voice. Okay, and of course there's so many other apps. I don't want to go into detail about the app. Next videos, actually, I will show you the type of app in here, but pretty much whatever app you have on your Android 4.2, you could do that. I'll just briefly go through what app I have. I have Play Store, I have Voice Wiki, I have Offline Dictionary, I have Voice Out Loud, I have Calculator, I have Weather, I have Maps even in here, Translator, Browser, Quick Office, Wiki, I don't know you heard of this, is Offline Wikipedia. I have Expense Tracker, Simple Expense, and so all these stuff that I can monitor. And then of course if I click on here, I even have more Pedometer, the regular app that it comes with it, right? And so on. I mean, like literally, you could put thousands of software in here if you wanted to, okay? But you want to limit that because the amount of memory on a Samsung Gear 1 is only 4 gigs, so only the one that you need. Okay, so maybe next time I'll show you what app you might want to install on your smartphone. Okay. Now I want to talk about the interface. Okay, so the thing about why you want a Android 4.2 instead of Android Wear and Tyson and other whatever operating system that may have on a smartwatch is that you want to stick with Android 4.2. Look at this. This is so easy. For example, if I want to turn off my Bluetooth, I just swipe down, right, and go to the menu and click on airplane mode, and that will turn off the Bluetooth. And if I want to turn it on again, just press the airplane off and it's on. So then it will communicate with my my smartphone. So now it's back, the Bluetooth is back. On top of that, I could change the brightness right away, right? So there we go. I can make it really bright or not bright, so save on battery. Okay, what else can I do? I could I could actually check on the battery life right away. And if I want to go into detail, let's click on setting right away. I could now look at, for example, you could see I can change the display so that the screen will be turned off. For example, right now I set to 1 minute. In fact, it's more practical to set it to maybe 10 to 15 seconds, and that's what I do. Okay, so you can see here I set it to 10 to 15 seconds, and we'll see after about 10 to 15 seconds, actually I set it to 15 seconds, it will turn itself off. Okay, so you'll see it will turn itself off, and then what I did was I turned off the gesture movement, and so it'll save on battery, because see, it won't work now. I turned that off because it takes battery power when you flicker it, and it will turn on, and sometimes don't want it to turn on. So by doing this regular, and we do that a lot, right? And it will turn the watch on, and it will kind of waste of the battery. So the best ways to do is the manual press, and there we go. Okay, so the watch is on, and that will, just by doing that and turn on off, like during the night, turn off the Bluetooth and make it manual press, and adjust the brightness of the screen, you can save the battery life. In fact, I was able to extend this smartphone, this Samsung Gear 1, to 50 plus hours. So in that way, I don't need to charge it for over 2 days. Every 2 days and a half, then I charge it. Okay, that's pretty cool. And like I said, I usually wear it like this because it looks pretty cool like this, because on the other side I have my analog classic watch, a Seiko watch, right? And I don't take this off. This is pretty much the watch I wear all my life. Okay, and the reason is because I can take a shower with it, I can swim in it, whatever. I mean, basically it's a tough piece of technology. Okay, simple, but actually works super well. Whereas this one, well, it has its uses because it's able to communicate with my smartphone. For example, if I receive a call, I just talk to it directly. And if I want to instantly call out, I just or text, I just use voice to text. Okay, so it has its use. Okay, so very practical. I don't need to take it off I know some people say it's only 5 seconds to take your smartphone off your pocket. But to be honest, when I wore this, I find it very practical. I'm doing dishes or I'm running and all that, and all of a sudden, the phone rings. I just go like this, hello, how you doing, like that. Okay, so it's that convenient, and I can also text using my voice as well, as long as I have Wi-Fi. So these kind of features, and it has a built-in camera, by the way, as well. Okay, so all these nice features that this watch has makes you, think about, do you need it or not. In fact, I wouldn't say you really need it, but it definitely improved the way I use my technology a lot. Especially now I was able to play around with the battery life, and it lasts quite long. Okay? Now, some of you may be asking me, what if the screen is turned off like this? Okay? So will the phone still work when somebody called you? Will it still receive? The answer is resounding yes. It will receive the call and text. So let me show you right now. I'm gonna call. Okay, I'm gonna try to call now. Right? So let's do that, and you'll see that it will turn on. Okay, let's see. Here we go. Now you'll see that the screen will turn on, and the phone will be displayed. There we go. You see that? Pretty cool. So you can see that even though, let's turn it off. Reject. Okay. Even though, and I can send a message if I want to, but anyway, you can see that it actually works even the screen's off. So you can see the battery will be saved by not having the screen on, but yet it still can receive and call. You can still, people can still call you and text you, and then when you receive it, it will turn on the screen and you can answer it right away. All right, that is very practical, because if you do that, you'll save lots of battery power. In fact, like I told you, this Samsung Gear 1, I was able to extend the battery to over 50 hours instead of the regular less than 24 hours. Okay, if you turn it on the whole time, the whole screen always on, it only lasts for 5 hours. Right? If you turn it off, the screen and the Bluetooth at night, for example, you keep this smartphone last for over 50 hours. Okay. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. EducateTube.com.